Welcome back, Florida gang. Today we're gonna talk about just review the summer real quick. So get a quick recap here. We're gonna start it off with you guys' summer league surprises.
My surprise is Trey Alexander. He was an undrafted guy for the Denver Nuggets from Creighton. He averaged 17 points, almost 6 rebounds on really great shooting. 52.7 field goal percentage, 47.8 3-point percentage. Like I said, I mean, he averaged 17 points. His defense was 1 steal game, showed over 1 steal, 100% free throw. I mean, especially for an undrafted guy, I think that's a really good showcase in the summer league. And I mean, I liked him in college. Obviously went undrafted though, but so that's why I was surprised. Like he definitely outdid what I thought he would have done, or even I mean, he got more minutes than I thought too, but I think he just did a lot better than I thought, and he'll be able to use that and probably get minutes in the actual NBA with the Nuggets too, or somewhere else.
I mean, yeah, and for the Nuggets, these are the type of dudes they need to be finding.
47% 3-point shooting, and that's where they're
Almost 48%.
That's where they're lacking.
I mean, they were literally last in the league.
And he can create his own shots too if he really needs
Which is
to.
another place where they're
Really good mid-range shooter. Like he's gonna be a really good piece.
I mean, and the problem with him was always like inefficiency in college. And I mean, if he's shooting 50, 40, I don't know his free throw percentage.
100.
Oh, 50, 40, 100. They're set, you know? He's gonna be an all-star. But no.
Interesting. Deacon, your surprise?
I'll go with Jalen Tyson. I mean, he kind of has like an up and down draft process, but his feel on the court has been really nice. He's had a couple 20-point games. His passing, I think, has been the most impressive. He's kind of like a do-it-all forward, and that is exactly what the Cavs need. And out of college, I mean, he was really productive in college, actually, but he was like the only guy on his team. So I was interested to see how it was going to transfer to his new role, and I think it's going to work nicely.
And back to shooting, he shot almost a 60, 40, 90. He went 58, 8, 40, and 92.
That would work.
So he also shot really efficiently, which obviously summer league, everything grain of salt for sure. But I think this is just a very good analyst, and just you can see a lot from it still, especially if you're shooting well. I mean, obviously defense isn't the same, but if you're at least shooting the ball well, it's a good sign.
I mean, and around Donovan, Darius, I guess Evan Mobley, he's going to get a lot of good looks.
Yeah.
So
for sure. Well, now we're a little bit negative. Who are y'all's like losers for the summer league?
Speaking of shooting in the summer league, there's just one guy that Deacon gave a grade A to for shooting, and he shot 28% from the field and 3-point percentage. His name is Jared McCain. So like I said, he's can only do this, and he couldn't even do that in the summer league with worse defenses and, you know, just not as great. So I think that was definitely not what you wanted to see from McCain if you're the Sixers, I think.
And for McCain, I think, you know, he's going to be in a different role, like when he's actually playing for the big squad. He's not going to be initiating offense as much as he was. And so hopefully, like, just coming off screens, catch and shoot, that 3-point percentage will go up. But I'm not panicking.
Yeah.
I still think it's
the problem just is this could potentially show that is the only thing he can do is potentially catch and shoot.
Oh,
Can't even create for himself or others.
Going to the draft, I knew this.
No, yeah, I'm not.
I don't have any question about this.
I'm not super surprised.
An undersized guard.
He
will need to be
so
able
much
to
Steph Curry.
And yes. And you watch Steph Curry, Jared McCain college tapes, and you tell me.
Speaking of Steph Curry, we're going to talk about Alex Sarr here.
What does it have to do with Steph Curry?
Just like
I can totally see the resemblance.
I mean,
yeah, play style.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for Alex Sarr, he was basically the Steph Curry of centers in summer league in terms of he only shot jumpers and he like made 0 of them. He was 1 for 15 one game. He was 0 for 15.
Well, even to go away from the one game, he played 3 games, I think.
He played 3 games.
Shot overall 19% field goal and 12% 3-point.
Right.
with a 50% free throw.
Yeah, right.
Not good numbers.
I did think his defense was good.
Yeah,
His passing
rebounding
was pretty
solid
good. His
too.
rebounding, it's just like
You got to make a ball.
you gotta put the ball in the basket. And like this happened last year with Wemby. He had a rough. He
Everyone
didn't have
has
this
this,
rough.
right? Like we
but-
said,
One bad game, though. That's the difference. When
Yeah.
we had one bad game.
Yeah, I mean Alex, sorry.
2.
Yeah.
2 bad games and then 1 not bad
And-
game, not great game.
And this is kind of the concern with Sar. Like you're going to the
Mhm.
Wizards, you're not gonna have anyone. You have to kind of create your own shots for the most part. You don't have an elite point guard to set you up like you would have on the Hawks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
I mean, small sample size
for sure.
summer league, and the difference is to and we saw this kind of last year, is right now summer league came really shortly after the draft. They haven't had a complete chance to get all their workouts. I mean, they're professional basketball players, so they should be good. But it's going to be a little different now.
For sure.
After another few months, really, of getting on that
practice
grind,
with your actual roster too, because
practicing with
obviously these
everybody,
rosters are very
just
different
feeling
too.
comfortable on that new court.
Yeah.
But back on a positive note, like to finish on a positive note here. Who are y'all's winners outside of your kind of nice surprises? Who are y'all's winners?
You want to go first on this one?
Sure. I'm just gonna go the Clippers young core.
Yeah.
Jordan Miller, Cam Christie, Kobe Brown,
Diabate.
Yeah. He was drafted a couple years ago, but
I mean, Kobe Brown was drafted last year too, I think, right?
yeah, but I think Diabate's year 3.
Yeah, I think he's a little older.
Yeah, but either way, just memo to the Clippers: play your young guys this year. You got some nice pieces. Cam Christie, he started slow. He really showed later in the summer league that he could be a knockdown 3-point shooter. I mean, that's what he showed at Minnesota. Jordan Miller, he might have been the surprise of the summer league. But
I feel like he was pretty good last summer league.
He was. I mean, yeah, but it's just in terms of like, I think his name is more
for sure
well known now.
I agree.
In terms of like broader NBA circles.
Yeah. But speaking of just young guys on the team too, I mean, guys that didn't play in the summer league, they also have younger guys: Bones Highland, Amir Coffey, Brandon Boston Jr. Like they definitely have a lot of potential on that young.
We're not taking off track, but we talked about this. Paul George is gone now. That ship has sailed.
Westbrook's gone now.
Re-signed James Harden, but we did talk about they did have so many stars and they have so many young guys that it wouldn't have been a horrible idea to actually go a rebuild direction, given the potential players, young players that could get in return, and draft picks, and given who they already have. And if you kind of mix those two together, you can put yourself in the situation where in 5 years you could be looking great.
Well, I think if you could do like something like the Brooklyn Nets did, they traded their star player for a ton of picks, and then they got some of their own picks back. So maybe do something with OKC to get some of your picks back. And then I think this is a really nice core to build around. I don't know if there's any like actual stars in this core, but there's some really good players, and if you could build through the drafts.
Yeah. My winner, not surprising, he got drafted by the Heat. Khalil Ware, averaged 17.5 points. He had 3 double-doubles with rebounds, averaged 8 rebounds. His defense was spectacular too. Numbers don't quite say it. I mean, it's still 1.2 steals, 1.6 blocks, which is great. But he had a game with 3 steals, a game with 4 blocks. So he's just really promising. Field goal percentage, 58.5%. He is a big. His 3-point percentage was a little disappointing, but 33.3% is not that bad. Like, it's not horrible. But obviously you do want to see that go up a little bit during the regular season. So I think great things from him.
Great. He's gonna be a great fit in Miami too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We talked about this, but it's gonna be perfect fit to get a stretch big and to give Bam some help with another guy that's actually big on the roster.
Yeah, actually tall.
We kind of talked about this before. Like, what is the gap between Alex Sar and Khalil Ware? And I think we're seeing right now. I mean, I'm not ready to say Khalil Ware's better, but Khalil Ware is doing like the actual big man things. He's getting offensive rebounds. He's dunking the ball. He's getting inside. He's
putting the ball in the ball.
Yeah. He's making the ball.
I mean, his 3-point percentage hasn't been great. It's been better than Sar's, but
and it's like I said, it definitely hasn't been great, but it's not like horrible.
But he's doing other things to offset that.
For sure.
That's what I've loved the most.
Yeah.
And with Miami, he could play next to Bam. I mean, we already talked about this, and he has great guards. I mean, they're not exactly great passing guards, but they can pass. They could pass, and he's going to get a ton of opportunities. Even Bam could throw him lobs.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm super excited as a Heat fan. But that's our summer league recap. I like the Bucks too, guys. I like the Heat more though. I like the Heat more, guys. Don't get twisted. I said it here. But as far as summer league recap again, as you guys said earlier, everything about the summer league is like super grain of salt. It
Yeah.
historically
Lots of
means
grains.
almost nothing
Yeah,
in
it's true.
regards to NBA turnover.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of fun speculation, and that's all we got. Florida gang out.
Running for Rookie of the Year.